Aries, welcome. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is your weekly read for Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising placements, and it is a general reading, so it will not resonate with all of you. If it's not your energies that I'm picking up, you can perhaps try one of the previous recordings, because there may be something there for you if you haven't watched those videos already. Because I do believe we get the messages we're meant to receive when we're meant to receive them. So when I recorded it is far less important than when you hear it. Or you can check any of the other excellent readers on YouTube. Let's see what we have for you. We're using the Line Strider Tarot this week, Aries. And I'll put a link below in case you're interested in the deck. We also will be pulling a card from the Enchanted Map Oracle as a final word of guidance for you. These messages are intended to help you understand your thinking, change your perspective, help you to see your current situation in a different light. We have the Two of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Tower, Ace of Wands, and Judgment. So there is love, there is passion, there is a sense that there's a partnership you're involved in. It does seem to me that it's a romantic partnership we're speaking of. It could be someone that you are with presently or someone you'd like to be with. There's some action after delay this week, Aries. There's some movement where there has been a bit of stagnation between the two of you. Something is shifting. Something is changing. And the Seven of Cups tells me that there are many possible paths forward. So you, Aries, have some decisions to make, it would seem. You have a lot of options to consider. There are probably paths forward that involve the two of you staying together or coming together if you aren't together yet. There could be paths forward that don't involve that. And the general guidance I give with the Seven of Cups is that we cannot miss what is meant for us. So although it may or may not be your desired outcome, there will be some outcome, not necessarily this week, but there are paths here, and there is contemplation of which one to choose. I would say there's also an element of the Seven of Cups where you feel like you may have missed an opportunity if you don't choose quickly, but that is a falsity. So if you lose one of your options by not moving quickly, it wasn't the option you were meant to pick. When you're meant to choose a path, you will choose a path and it will be the right one for you. Whether it is because it is ultimately leading to your happiness or because it is teaching you lessons that you need to learn, I can't say. But that's what we have in the top line. Then we have the Tower. There's some dramatic shift happening. Something is changing irrevocably. There's a change that's happening. It's not necessarily something you would expect. It's happening kind of quickly. It could be that this is not an actual change that's happening, though. I want to say I'm getting the sense that you feel like if you don't make this choice of a path quickly, that something will be drastically lost. And I'm not sure if that's true, or if it is the fact that something is lost, there seems to be a new passionate beginning coming out of it. So there may be some element here, Aries, of you needing to choose a path. You're starting to take some action, or the other person is perhaps. It could be that the other person is taking some action after a long pause in action, a long delay. Someone finally makes a move, chooses a path. There is something lost in that process, but something new begins, something passionate, something that brings with it desire and inspiration. And the Judgment card is telling me that it is a day of reckoning, one way or another. This week there is a sense that you have created your future, you or this other person. I can't tell if it's you or the other person, Aries, but I get the sense perhaps that it is you. You're making a move. You're choosing a path. Something is lost, but something is gained as well. And you are very aware that the choices you make today decide what your future will look like. This can be an awakening to the fact that you are now receiving the rewards for past efforts. So that's pretty interesting. Looks like quite the week for you, Aries. Let's take one of these Enchanted Map Oracle cards for you and see what further guidance we have from Spirit. We have number 48, Wishing Well. There's a lot of glare, but you can see. We'll read from the book. Number 48. Desire is the sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration, and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate, or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The Wishing Well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well, and then trust in Spirit. Prepare to be amazed. So that's pretty inspiring. You need to make a choice of a path, but Spirit is also saying you can't always control the how of what you want to appear. You just simply have to accept that it is coming to you, this thing you desire, and not try so hard to control how. I hope this has been helpful for you, Aries. Thank you for letting me read for you. It's always my honor to do so. I hope you have a great week. Thank you for those of you that have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Every like, share, and subscribe helps the channel get more attention and get the messages out to more people, and I very much appreciate that. So thank you for helping me with that. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Blessings.